You know what it is. You tuned in to All About the Grind. It's your girl Sensei Don't Play.
And it's your bae's favorite DJ, DJ Chris Cash.
And we got no other than Compton AV in the building.
How y'all doing? Sorry I'm late. What's good, man?
Man, you know, we got a live show and we know we right in traffic hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not
Traffic is
rush
amazing.
hours. So it's LA. What can we do though? How you feeling today?
I feel good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm
right.
ready to, you know, kind of get to know you
Hop
just a
in.
little
Yeah,
bit
what you
and
been
hop
up to,
in.
man? You
and-
know, I actually fuck with your music, Brody. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them people. I'm real selective, as you know, up
Yes.
here on the, on the city and stuff like that. But you know, you're somebody who's kind of been in the scene in LA for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? I remember you kind of came up in the jerk era and stuff like that, and you've been able to kind of stay relevant throughout that time. So what's the latest? What's going on with you right now?
Just got out of a I don't want to say a bad situation. It's nothing bad situation where you got good business, but kind of fell back off the music a little bit to get my my business right. You know what I mean? I've always had a voice as far as music fans. You know what I'm saying? Some of my fans even grew up with me from that time you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's good to see their faces in the crowd. But just to get my business right, new album is out. Completely independent. I'm working with a big name. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy JoJo Capone.
Okay.
We can pretty sign any situation we want right now, but holding out right now because just my independence is strong.
Okay.
That's what's up. Well, our platform, All About the Grind, is really all about pushing, independent artists forward. So I want you to just kind of give a quick, because you talked about like the business element of music, which is so important, but a lot of artists are not really focused on that. So can you just kind of touch on that a little bit, like the importance of, if you're a young artist out there and you coming up, what's the importance of having your business squared away?
It's this twist in the game that happened, which I kind of caught it about a year ago. 2 years ago, but it's been happening for about 3. This whole streaming thing is crazy.
Okay.
So the young artists, be aware of streaming. You know what I mean? All that old music that y'all put up, put them on these sites. You know what I mean? Put them on the Apple Music, put them on the iTunes, put them up, because when we was coming up, we had Hulk share and stuff like that, and we wasn't monetizing and you know what I'm saying, getting our music. That's what I meant about getting my business right. You know what I mean? Stepping in, stepping up for my record. I got 2 big records that I wasn't in control of, that I finally got back, and they're my records again. You know what I mean? But just stay up on your rights, your masters, your copywriting, putting these music up on these platforms, and you getting what you deserve as an artist in today's fashion, for sure.
So dropping a new album, what do you want your fans to get from this album?
Everything. There was moments where I was broke. There was moments when I got a record deal, I was excited about it. There was moments I didn't have a record deal. I mean, I did, and I wasn't excited about having a record deal. I felt like my independence was better. Why did I do this? So it's just up and down. It's just bipolar. It's just the same Compton AV, my stories, but this time I had a lot more fun. I went back to the things they loved me for. I did research on myself instead of researching artists that's out right now. I went and researched myself and see what my people like from me. Yeah. And I just put it all together for them. So I feel like this one is my best work. My voice is as clear as it's ever been. I don't got the stresses I used to have. And when I say the stresses, meaning like, as an artist, a lot of people don't know that it weighs down on your body.
There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and when you get in these studios, if your voice isn't up to par, the record isn't up to par.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm clear. My voice is real nice on this one. I just feel good. It's being mastered by some dope people. It's just a whole different energy. The way I put it together it's nice to me.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to go back to when you first started vibing with music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you can get lost with, the things that happen during certain situations, just life in general, So the fact that you did research on yourself and really found, where you were really enjoying your music at the time and bringing it out to this new album. Again, what's the new album called?
And that's the thing. I don't know.
Okay, you don't know yet.
And it's purposely.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to put a title on it and stick to it. Like when you heard Still Thuggin', I see everybody think AV's thuggin', Compton. I'm much bigger than that. I have to listen to myself and realize that I do records. I got records with Snoop. I got record with Game. I got records with French Montana. I got record with OT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's time to be global. It's time to be bigger. So I didn't want to name it. I just wanted to be clear-minded, do the music, do what the people love, do what I love, and then we'll name it when it's time.
Okay.
So it's being mastered right now. I'm surfing through about 4 or 5 names, and then I'm gonna give it a name later on this week.
So being that you've been out, I think you talked about just being out for a while, kind of having that longevity. Do you feel like you know, you've had people kind of like trying to bite you a little bit, or, you know, in terms of just even new artists coming up, or just in general? Because I know that happens in music sometimes where, you know, artists don't necessarily get the credit for starting a wave.
Let me go ahead and say something like this. Everybody's influenced. For me to stand up here and say I'm not influenced by nobody, I'd be a liar. But what I can say is I'm more creative than I am influenced now in my career, because I'm a man. I have my own struggles. I have my own problem. I have my own glory in what I'm going through in my life. But to actually just sit down and bite a person's whole song, 2017, 18, 19, they make that okay because social media is making that okay now to do.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody sticking up for this. I won't be one of the artists that folds from something like that. You know what I mean? There's an artist in every city like myself that's going through this thing, this whole mainstream world, feel like they can come to the clubs, listen inside the clubs, and go right back to the studio and create what they heard in the club that night. And then that artist has to take a seat while the rest of the world loves that person's song. I don't feel like that's fair.
Well, let's just get into it right now, you know, because I did my research, you know what I'm saying? And we saw a year ago that Kashdoll came out with the Run Me My Money. I mean, everyone, at least in LA, knows that that's your record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So is it more the fact that she didn't give you the respect, A? Or, I mean, did you somehow, some way maybe take it like, okay, she's giving me a remix? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the real problem? Clearly, probably because,
like, how are you viewing the situation?
Yeah.
You know, are you viewing it as she, you know, was trying to take from you and not credit you? Or, you know, is it just one of those type of situations where she's just like, you know what, fuck that, this is my shit now? Or
to do a remix, I have to respect it.
Yeah.
I've remixed songs before.
Okay.
To go on a worldwide tour with a person named Meek Mill, and now you're on stage performing another person's record that's still coming up, or you're showing up to Rolling Loud and you're not bringing Compton AV at the show, but my fans in the crowd singing my version, or you just showed up in LA with Meek Mills and you're not doing a proper thing. I have no problem with a remix, but why is my song on iTunes? You keep giving me answers like it ain't you, but who is it then? It's your voice. You still performing the record. You know, you sat down with Timbaland. Timbaland told you this is a big record. You didn't tell Timbaland it was Compton AV song. Drake singing in VIP. The record, you didn't tell Drake it was your song. I mean, you didn't tell Drake it was my song. You sitting down with all these hip hop stars that's thinking you on national TV singing my record.
yeah.
And you're not telling nobody nothing. This is the problem.
crazy.
So to do a remix, I'm not upset with you, sweetheart. To do whatever you're doing as a black woman, I salute you. To perform my song on stages, a worldwide tour like it's your record and you're portraying it to the world like it's your record, no. California is not having it.
So she's selling this record on
She's selling
iTunes.
this record. She's performing this record everywhere. She show up to LA performing this record. She performing in everywhere that they bringing her to. That's her biggest record. Anybody
That's
that know
kinda crazy.
Kashdoll
That's
is saying that
foul.
Kashdoll, that's not your record, sweetheart.
That's
You know the
crazy.
deal.
I mean, I'm from Kentucky, but I remember being out here in LA. I've been in LA since 2009. I definitely remember that record, and I definitely remember that was your record.
So
for sure.
so have your teams had, you know, an opportunity to kind of connect or talk about it?
I've tried to talk to her. And that's what I
Okay,
want to say.
okay.
I've tried to talk to her and she gives me this, she cares, but she doesn't care type attitude, which is cool. So I guess she just DM'd me yesterday, ignore. You're not getting an answer because when I tried to talk to you, no, we're going to leave that on red. You cut your comments off today. You know you're wrong. When a person cut their comments off and they can't take the heat, and fans was eating her up. Yo, bad. Yeah, you just got to get out there and publicly and say it ain't your record, period. And stop performing my song. The last thing I did read from her, she said, keep my name out of her mouth. Keep my record out your mouth then.
Well, there you have
Let's do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I respect that because at the end of the day, there's an industry where we all here to eat and we all want, you know, our piece of the pie. And at the end of the day, you created a song that was a wave, it hit, you know what I'm saying? And for anybody to come do that, that's wrong. And we, especially artist to artist, y'all, you know, it shouldn't be like that. Everybody should figure out how everybody can eat.
See, we'll understand because we sitting here like this.
Yes.
But there's a group of people that's listening on this interview live or where it's going to be broadcasted.
Yeah.
And they trying to make it seem like that's okay to do what she's doing.
It's okay to do a remix.
Right. That's
what
that's
it's
why
not
I
okay
is
to do is
monetize.
to sell this remix, just
Yeah.
like Jacquees
Right.
when he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
doing the Trip remix.
Can't do that.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
DJ Mustard smashed that down.
That's her.
You know
That's
what I'm
her
saying?
second single. That's her most
Oh,
single.
what?
That's her. That is her. Well, no, not her. I'm saying LMA.
LMA,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
with
got
Trip.
you,
That
got
was
you.
her second
Everybody
single.
knows that the first and the second one are the most vital ones in your career. Now I salute Jacquees on how he handled it.
Yeah, 100.
Somebody just finally had to say it because that man has been doing that.
Right, he's been doing it, but I think when it came down to was the money. Right. You know, everyone was loving his remix, so it started getting popular.
Yeah.
Same with Kashdoll.
So
she's just starting to pop off.
When you book for that song,
you know,
when you book to get that song, Trippin' or
Trip.
When you book to get that song, you book Jacquesto instead of the artist that made the song.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I feel you on that shit, man.
That's a problem.
So
well, how we gonna get this
moves?
shit figured out? Like, what's the next play to kind of get this situation figured out?
Bottom line is, you know what I'm saying? Stop DMing me. For everybody that's looking at this, you know what I mean? A lot of people's looking at this, stop DMing me. I don't have no problem with a remix. I have a problem with her selling my song. I have a problem with her going to these stages are being monetized now. You know, when you hit a stage and you perform, you get paid.
Yeah.
You're on a worldwide, you're on a tour with Meek Mill performing Run Me My Money. You haven't invited me to no dates. I don't want to go on tour with you. I don't want to do nothing with you. I don't want to do anything with you. Stop performing my song though. If you don't need the record the way you say it, or people around you or the team makes it seem, stop using my record then.
Facts.
Or Kashdoll, or she needs to run you your money.
That's what happened. We're not worried about that.
Right.
That's in the works.
Okay.
What I'm saying is we could have just did that and left it. We could have just did that underneath the table and not even went public or nothing.
Right.
But the way you answer me and talk to me, okay, cool. I'm with it too. What you want to do? Let's run it. We're gonna turn it up and we're gonna get some clout off this. You feel me? That's what the game is turning to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been so quiet for so long. She been doing this. It's 4 years in. She been doing this.
Yeah.
Stop playing. That's why I said I actually thought I was doing a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I know how hard it is for a young female to come up in the game without using her body to get in this game, and I respected her.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she didn't show the same respect back, and that's the problem I got with her.
I feel you on that.
That's it.
Well, it's all about respect in this industry. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of independent artists out here working super hard. You know, I'd be sick to my stomach if someone, you know, I'd be happy if they remixed it, but they started like owning it as their own record. That's sick. You know, that for an artist to see that, I definitely feel you. You know, Compton AV, and let's end
so
this
look, I want to be on a positive note. You know, let's kind of talk about, you know, what the fans, the people can kind of expect from you in the near future.
Just more hits. That's what I do, man. You know what I mean? If you sit back and look at my catalog, my track list, I got some dope records. Now they might not have peaked and went as far as they could. Okay. Like I said, you know, I'm dabbling with my core fan base and becoming bigger without losing my core. So I'm a real artist. I got to be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Before any label or any big person can tell me that you're a real artist, I understand that myself. You know what I mean? Me and my team talk about that, how I started off when I was young. My 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 13-year-olds that are now 21 years old still listen to my music.
100%.
How do I create the tunes that they still love but be global?
Exactly.
And create these, I don't want to say lollipop records or cornball records, but you know what I mean when an artist goes commercial.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean, and that's why
and you represent the city, so it's important that you keep that. You know, you can't have Compton in your name and be putting out bubblegum. That's shit.
All I'm saying.
So I feel you on
well,
that.
There
shit.
you have it. Well, we're excited. We can't wait, you know, to get the album going in on here.
Yeah, you definitely got to come back, man. Once that shit
drop,
drop, man.
Yes, definitely. Well, there you have it. Compton AV. Where can everyone follow you?
Instagram, Compton AV. Snapchat, Compton AV, Twitter, Compton AV. Everything got to do with Compton AV, man. Google it. We on.
There you have it. Chris Cash, where can everyone follow you?
Follow me at I am Chris Cash, your bass favorite DJ.
There you have it. And you can follow me at Sensei Don't Play. And make sure you guys follow our show, All About the Grind Radio, on Instagram. And shout out to the city. Shout out to Dash. It's been another great Friday. Until next week, y'all. Peace.